Thank you. You guys really are the greatest fans in the world. Welcome to the late show with your host, me, Denny Alec, and the tech team. We have a really great slate of guests for you today. First up, we have Channing Tatum here to talk about his new movie, I Have My Shirt Off. Please give me attention. Yeah, he really is a great guest. We love having him here. And we also have future presidential candidate Kanye West here to talk about setting up his foundation for the 2020 presidential election. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. It's Guillermo. I'll just answer this. Hello? Hey, Guillermo, what's up? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a show. Okay, that's a good problem. Yeah, just come on set. Just come on set. It's no big deal. We're just on national TV. Okay, bye. Sorry. Hey, Guillermo, what's up?
Look at this.
What is that? Air?
Nanotechnology.
I don't see anything in your hand.
They're really small.
Okay. Can you explain what's going on? Why do you have them?
It's an emerging technology.
It's an emerging technology.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really exciting.
I know.
Why do you have them?
I just dropped them.
Oh, I don't see them.
They're
You know what? This is a very exciting topic.
Okay. We
We don't need Channing Tatum. We don't need Kanye West, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about nanotechnology. Welcome back. We pulled through. Guillermo pulled through for us. We got NASA. We got nanotechnology experts. We don't need Channing Tatum. We don't need Kanye because we got nanotechnology. Guillermo, can you please escort our guest? Thank you. Exciting news, guys. It really is. How are you doing?
Hi.
How are you doing, NASA, man? Yeah.
Doing all right.
Guillermo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We don't need Channing Tatum. We don't need Channing Tatum because we got NASA. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just really excited about nanotechnology. Are you?
So, I'm from NASA,
Okay.
so I know a lot about this nanotechnology. So, what all do you want to know?
Just tell me kind of an overview. What is the history?
Well, nanotechnology first started around 35 years ago. It was defined as being between the scale of 1 to 100 nanometers. Very small. It has a lot of applications. I mean, specifically, I hear you're really into nanosensors in medicine. That's the main, that's the bread and butter right there. But nanotechnology is also applied to a lot of other things. Nanotubes are in reinforced tires and everything, and so you can find them in a lot of things. But what medicine really allows for is minimally invasive treatments. That's a very big thing because when people are having surgery, it reduces recovery time if you don't have to cut and open and sew and
Yeah. So is this something that's already being implemented, or is this sort of future technology?
A lot of this is a very futuristic technology. It's NASA. I work for NASA.
Oh, dude.
Yes. So we have developed a type of nanosensor array that we can use to detect diseases.
Where do you work?
I work in NASA.
Okay. Sorry. NASA, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay. So with this nanotechnology, are there any sort of issues that arise with it? Any side effects or anything like that?
Well, not really as of yet.
Right.
I mean, we haven't. It's still prototyping technology. Not really. Really experimental stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any evidence of it being implemented in anybody now? Are there any cases?
Well, our particular technology isn't.
That's at NASA, right?
At NASA, yes. It's not a technology that goes in people. It's more of an external technology.
Right.
It uses nanosensors to detect disease in people's breath, and we want it to be implemented in smartphone devices. In everyone's iPhones and in their Samsung Galaxies, and it makes it really portable. And because they're smartphones, it can be all the data from it can be sent over the internet to doctors to diagnose people.
That's really interesting. This is an exciting technology, everybody. This is something we should all be excited about. Is there anything else you want to tell me about nanotechnology?
I work for NASA.
He works for NASA, everybody. He works for NASA. Now, obviously with this, there's going to be some ethical and policy issues, right?
Yeah, and I believe you have another guest.
We do have another guest. Guillermo, we have another guest. Guillermo is really just the greatest. He's pulled through a lot for us today. He really has. He told Channing Tatum to leave. He told Kanye to leave, and that's not an easy thing to do, but he brought him. Where do you work?
I work for NASA.
He works for NASA. He works for NASA. And right now we're going to bring in somebody from the FDA. We're going to talk about the ethical issues and the policy issues that arise from nanotechnology. Guillermo, bring him in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. Where do you work?
NASA.
Welcome back to this wonderful, wonderful show. Who knew we would learn so much about nanotechnology today? Because I didn't, but I'm happy we are. It's an emerging technology. It's got a lot of promise, but there are ethics and policy issues. And Guillermo for us, he pulled a miracle. He brought somebody from the FDA who is an expert on ethics and policy. Guillermo, bring him in. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
This is a light headache. Where am I?
You are on the late show with your host, Danny Allen.
How did I get here?
That's a great question.
Can I help you, sir?
Do you work for the FDA?
Yeah.
Okay, that was an interesting cutaway, but all that matters is that we have now an expert on ethics and policy straight from the FDA, courtesy of Guillermo. So obviously there's going to be some issues with ethics and morals and things like that with nanotechnology. Do you just want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean, aside from the ethics and morals that apparently I just went through, But yeah, sure. So, with the FDA currently, the policies that are set in place are very not non-existent, but not specific towards nanotechnology. So a lot of times there's other forms of technology that behave the same way that some of the nanotechnology and the nanomedicine fields and things like that, how they work. So basically, what we're doing is currently going through a lot of testing to test the toxicity levels of the nanomedicine, for example, that would be going into your body, and then getting an idea of the dose-dependent ratios and other ways to make sure that when nanomedicine does get out there to a more broader part of humanity, that it won't be so infectious and be so problematic.
Right.
That's about the gist.
And I'm no expert on nanotechnology, but I've read things describing maybe once people put nanotechnology in their body, they become maybe more than human, or it crosses some moral boundary that they have AI in their body, and people aren't comfortable with that. Can you expand on that?
Yeah. So what you're referring to is known as transhumanism, and that's, like you kind of said, is just the idea of as we move into technology, not even nanotechnology, but just using our cell phones, our computers. When we use that, it's an idea that some people and some religions have that we're moving away from being human and becoming more artificial and less of an actual person. So, like, I know that with some religions such as Catholicism and their ideas of free will, that kind of fringes on that. And that kind of weasels its way back into nanotechnology in the sense that groups and organizations may not be so gung-ho or supportive of nanomedicine because of the infringement that brings of, like I said, being inside of your body and becoming closer and more surreal of an artificial human being.
Right. And in terms of policy, is there any sort of regulation, or how does this affect medical businesses specifically?
Currently, there's no hardcore regulation on nanotechnology because it is so emerging and it's so new, and there still needs to be a lot more testing done. But currently, it kind of holds back the medical field a little bit. It doesn't hold them back, but once nanotechnology becomes more accepted and used in the medical field, it will then allow for a lot more progression in the field and allow the scientists
Right.
and the operators to do more, like even with cancer research, and being able to just progress, honestly, with what we're doing.
Right. Well, it sounds interesting, and obviously there's going to be issues with it, but it sounds like there's a lot of potential for nanotechnology. We're glad to have you here, even if it was against your will and you don't remember coming here, but I hope you enjoyed the ride. I hope you enjoyed the ride here.
I don't remember it, but I bet it was a blast.
That's okay. I hope Guillermo kept you good company. We'll be right back with the closing statements. Thank you for tuning in. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We had some great guests. We had a man who worked for NASA, if you couldn't tell. We had a man who was an expert on ethics and policy straight from the FDA. And I hope you guys learned a lot about nanotechnology. I know we were expecting Channing Tatum, and I know we were expecting Kanye, but it's okay that... Hey, Guillermo. Channing Tatum's really mad. Does he have a shirt off again? Well, Channing Tatum can suck it up, because we learned a lot about nanotechnology. And we learned about how it's the future, and how there might be ethics and policy issues, but there's a lot of things to learn and a lot of potential for it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Maybe next time we'll actually have Channing Tatum. See you next time.